Hey friends of YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Samurai Monkey 42. I finally received an artifact that I've been wanting to add to my World War II Japanese collection, and it came from the UK. It took about 2 weeks to be here, and I'm just very excited, so I decided to open it together. I've really been wanting to add this to my collection, and I can't believe I got it from the UK rather than getting it here from the United States. So as you guys can see, it's packed very well. And I want to say hi to all the collectors from the UK as well. All those that collect Japanese antiques from World War II. Thank you if you're watching this. This is something that I've just been very excited to make part of my collection. And I'm pretty sure that by now you guys know exactly what this is. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take this outside, and we can talk a little bit about what you guys are seeing here. So here we are now on this beautiful Texas weather, and the temperature is just great right now. And like I promised, I'm gonna be showing you guys this artifact that I recently purchased from the UK, and it's just, I've been wanting to be part of my collection for a while. I've been wanting to actually see one, and is this World War II Japanese shovel that I have over here. And to my surprise, it's just very small. I was actually thinking to be a little bit bigger than this, but once again, these were carried by Japanese soldiers right about over here. And in my opinion, now that I'm looking at it and I give it some thought about like carrying this for a very long time, this is quite heavy actually. Looking at the size and looking at the condition of it, this could have been from World War I rather than World War II. And an item like this, it can be quite handy to make a trench. So I'm going to be testing it out right here. I'm not going to make a full trench, but I'm trying to open a little small hole on the ground just so I can get a sense of how it is working with this shovels outside and creating trenches with them. Now let's review the item first, and as you guys can see, these are removable. This could be taken apart, and I believe that's how the Japanese used to carry this. They used to take it apart and carry it like this. I am missing the leather cover that comes here, and it could be carried like this. There's a hole here. There's a hole here. I believe there's a string, there's a little rope that goes here, and this is probably where you grab it on your backpack. And I know you guys can see that there's another hole right over here, and it is said the Japanese will use this to cover their faces while they were peeking and looking at the enemy, so you can kind of see through it. I'm not really sure if this could actually stop a bullet. It could possibly just stop the momentum of the bullet. Maybe I would not test that out with the shovel, because it's honestly, these are just very scarce. There's just very few of them. I just got very lucky the other day, was able to purchase this one at a very good price. But look how oxidized it is, and the handle just still in very good condition, which is just quite amazing. These items were just made just very well, so they definitely have withstand the amount of time that they've been put through World War II, and probably someone even used this after the war. So it's just a very interesting and collectible item that it's gonna be great in my World War II Japanese collection. So very excited to look at one of these. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to make a little hole, little trench, and try to use it. I don't want to use it so much because I don't want to damage it, but I'm very tempted to just try it out and see how the Japanese were doing some trenches during World War II. Okay, so I'm actually going to test it out now. There's a few roots here, I might encounter some of the roots for some of the trees that I have. Let me see how fast. So, as you guys can see, this is quite effective when building a. There's a lot of roots here because I have a lot of trees in my backyard, so I'm gonna encounter a lot of roots. But this was quite a very good, a small little hole that I was able to dig with the shovel. But pretty fast. It took me about a minute. So I can see how in a different area with the different ground, you should be able to dig a pretty good trench if you're encounter enemy attack. So these, in my opinion, now that I see them and able to use them, are just very handy. I would definitely carry this if I was in World War II. Would definitely be able to. You will definitely be able to dig a trench within a few hours. So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, and I hope you guys learn a few things about just World War II Japanese antiques. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe.